This is my books, by the way. So welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get more clients. And my videos, when I make them, primarily they are for established business owners. So yeah, if you're a startup and if you're a newbie, yes, you're going to definitely take some value from it. But mainly who I work with and who I talk to is established business owners who have been doing this for a little bit of a longer time than someone who is a startup. Okay, so today I want to help you understand, because this is something I've just recently discovered. Even though you've been in business for a little while, you are still struggling to get clients. You are still struggling to get leads, right? You still feel scared when you're about to launch a product. You still feel that you are not converting on when you jump on a call, or you are just not getting the sales coming through the door, right? So what I want to help you do today is, with the help of my whiteboard, is to go through what you can do, and I'll give you a little bit of a framework, what you can maybe look at and remind yourself that, okay, this is definitely what I need to fix in my business, right? So let me get my marker, probably use a blue one, and I'll stand up and I'll demonstrate through this framework so you can then apply it and compare it to your business and see what you need improving. And yes, if you need more help, you can reach out to me. We can go into more detail depending on what your business is. But mainly for most businesses, whether you are an online business or whether you're a hair salon or a restaurant owner, or for example, like a brick and mortar business, it doesn't matter. The fundamentals are still the same. So let me stand up. Okay, so the first thing in a lot of businesses is, firstly, everyone wants clients, right? Of course we do. If we don't have clients, we can't pay bills, we can't pay wages, we can't feed our lifestyle, whatever it is. So the very first thing we always need is clients. Now, what are the main three problems that everybody has in their businesses? I would say, from my experience and from talking to a lot of business owners, is the first kind of thing, and I would put that in the same category, but mainly the first thing is probably, if I'm all honest with you, is leads. Leads. If you haven't got leads, it's like, how can you as a human being perform if you haven't got oxygen, right? So you need leads to keep the breathing going in your business, right? That's just facts, right? So leads is probably one of very important things in your business, right? Ask yourself right now, are your leads coming in more than you can handle? Because if your leads are so strong and you're getting, let's say, 10, 20 fresh new leads coming in every single week, well, I promise you that is a beautiful place to be in, because you can put them on a waiting list. You know that you've got customers queuing out the door to basically order from you, and that is a very stress-free place to be in. I mean, sometimes there's in Manchester there's a burger place which I really love, and sometimes when I want to go there, I literally have to think about, like, oh, is the queue going to be long? I'm going to have to wait. Why? Because it's just always busy. So for the owners of that burger place, they're in a beautiful place because they've got like hundreds of people queuing just for their burgers. So it's really important that if you can firstly have a beautiful business and then have leads just waiting to work with you, it's a really good place to be in. But you know, you don't get there overnight, but you do get there. And if you apply the right systems, the right principles, you will get there. So leads is number one, right? By the way, in no particular order, but you get what I'm saying. I've just put leads first. Number two, I would say, is like, I would say a lot of business owners have a problem with fear, right? And let me break this down. So they're just scared or fearful. Oh, I don't want to launch a new offer. Oh, what are people going to say? Or I need to, for example, make a video like I'm making this video. Oh, I know, but what if it's not perfect? What if it's not right? Or what if I miss something, right? But that alone will just stop me from producing the video, or stop me from producing the magic product that I need to put out there, or stop me from producing my online program or online course, or a new thing on the menu, like a new product on the menu, whatever it may be for your business. So I would say fear is a really big thing for people when it comes to business, right? So, and we'll talk about what we need to do. And number three, I would say, is sales, right? So what do I mean by sales? So if you, in your business, let's just say you have a brick and mortar business, right? You got leads coming in, the person on the floor or in your brick and mortar business. When I mean brick and mortar business, I'm talking about like a shop front, right? So it could be a hair salon, it could be a restaurant, it could be anything. So if I come into your salon or your restaurant and you've got somebody at the front who just doesn't know how to greet you, right? Who doesn't know how to sit you on the table, doesn't know how to make you feel welcome, well, maybe you've just lost interest. Maybe you just think, well, this is just bad customer service. I can't wait to, for this to be over with, right? But if let's just talk about a restaurant example. So let's just say they make you feel so welcome. They take you to the table. They tell you what their favorite dish is. They ask you how was your day, give you a compliment. All of a sudden, if they try upselling you as extra side or dessert, you're gonna buy it just because you're in a good mood, right? What's an extra £3-4, right? So it all comes down to your salespeople. And let's just say in the online context, for example, if you are some sort of an online coach, right, or you're a business coach or a health coach, right? If the leads come in, and I'm the other person on the phone, and I just don't have no awareness and understanding of who I'm speaking to. I can't read people. I just continually just talk over the person. Don't let the person get a word in. Well, you're going to sit there and think, well, how does he even know what I want? Because he's not even asking me the right questions, right? So it's really important, like if you want clients and if you want stacks of clients and if you want people queuing outside to work with you, then you need to make sure you get your leads right. You need to make sure that you overcome this fear, and you need to make sure you get your sale process right, right? So, okay, so let's go one step further down the rabbit hole, right? You may be asking, well, Ibby, how can we get leads, right? How can I get more leads for my business? Now, yes, it does depend what business you're in. You have to also look at the market and think, well, what's hot right now, right? So yes, I will tell you a few things. Now, I'm going to give you 2 ways of getting leads, right? Now, let me create this framework for you. So one is, I would say, organic content. Let's not even talk about paid at this stage, right? Because, a lot of people sometimes they can't afford to just spend a couple of £1,000s just to test things out. But even though some of you are existing business owners that I'm talking to, some of you will be able to afford that. And if you can, I would still recommend starting organic just to make sure you tweak it and then go to paid. But that's a different video, different conversation. So how would you get leads? Organic traffic. What do I mean by organic traffic? So you would post on social media, you would post on YouTube, you would give free value, right? You would go on YouTube and like what I'm doing, right? So organic traffic is definitely something you must do more of, okay? What's the second way you're going to get leads? In my opinion, I think the best thing is do a lead magnet. Now, what's a lead magnet? A lead magnet is, it's a magnet that attracts the lead, right? So what is a lead? Firstly, let me just define what a lead is. A lead is somebody who is interested in what you're doing. That's it. At this point, they're just interested. You've caught their attention. They're not a buyer yet, but they're interested in what you're doing. So they're at the very early stage, right? They're cold traffic, just warming up, just like, who is this person, right? That's what a lead magnet is. So what you would do is, for example, I'm a business mentor, so I have got a lead magnet on how you can increase profits in your business by 700%. in 3 simple moves. I've got a video and a cheat sheet on that. So that is my lead magnet. So I'm giving that away for free. Why? Because someone will watch it, someone will download it and be like, ooh, I really like this. And they'll go and apply it in their business. And when it will work, they'll be like, right, I'm listening to everything Ibby says because the free stuff that I took from him really worked in my business. So imagine if I paid him, what would happen? So for you in your business, you can create different lead magnets. They can be audio, they can be a cheat sheet, it can be a playbook, it can be a free guide, it can be a quiz. And quizzes are in right now. So sometimes you have to know where the market is going and you have to catch the trend, right? So a lead magnet is something that will bring you more leads, right? Organic content, right? So get them to right. Let's talk about fear. So one of the things that I would say that comes under fear, if I was to say one thing, is just people are just scared. People are scared, excuse my writing, and people are just not confident. Honestly, I was like, sat down speaking to someone who's very, very intelligent yesterday, and I don't want to, tell you her name, but she literally said to me, I think I just doubt myself. And I looked at her and I said, we all do to an extent, right? We just all do. The reason people are scared and people are not confident is, I'm going to go one step further, is because they're really just not clear on who their niche is. Who do you serve? When you ask people, who do you help? They start talking about, like, you've heard this before about what's your elevator pitch, right? Forget about the elevator pitch, but the point is, what do you do? People start going on a ramble, on a raffle, like, I do this, I do that, I do that. And you sat there thinking, oh, really? Like, can you just tell me what you do? Right? So this is why it's just so much easier when someone says, I'm just a plumber. Okay, well, I know what you do now, right? Or I'm just an electrician. You need to figure out what you do in kind of 1 or 2 words. At least a sentence, you should be able to articulate it very, very clearly, right? So the reason why people have fear and the reason why they are scared and not confident is because they don't know exactly what their niche is. I know so many coaches, so many mentors, so many people that have businesses, when you ask them who your ideal customer is or who do you serve or what problem do you solve in the marketplace, they really don't know, right? And I'm not saying that you got to know precisely, but look, when you're starting off, you do have to know precisely. No, that is what I'm saying. I take that back, actually. You do have to know precisely, because if you don't know precisely, how do you expect your customer to know who you're serving if you don't even know, right? So if you get your niche right, and I would say another thing that comes under fear and this and that, I would say, is pricing. People don't know what to charge, right? And I can do a whole nother video on that, what the right thing to charge is. But if you don't know what to charge, if you don't know what your niche is, you are going to be a little bit fearful of putting that product or that online service or that online program out there, because you just don't know what to charge. You don't know what the customers are going to say. You don't know what potential customers are going to say. You don't know what people are going to say, right? So it's very, very important that once you get your niche right, your pricing right, and I would say like systems like on how you're going to deliver that, right? What happens is you start to become less scared, right? So less scared, and I would cross not out and put more confident. And then what starts to happen is your anxiety starts to go less, which means that it puts you in a bit more of a comfortable position to start removing the fear that you have. This is why it's important to have coaches and mentors. Like, I can't stress that enough, because sometimes, I promise you, like and sorry to just go off the topic a little bit, like, and I'll literally be like 30 seconds a minute, is I literally went to see my coach on my last visit, and do you know what the whole conversation was about? Me and my limiting beliefs and just self-doubt again. It was just like, I know, like, we're just back there again. We're just talking about the things that I know I must go and just do. Right? And even where I am, I've been in business for such a long time, and I help other people level up and help them with their issues. Like, we're all dealing with the same issues. I promise you that. Even whatever level we're on, we're dealing with the same problems, right? You look at a billionaire, you look at someone, who's a multi-millionaire. Yeah, he's still going to have relationship problems. He's still going to have a bad night's sleep. Right? He's just not because he's a billionaire, he's just dealing with more problems. But human problems, everyone deals with, right? So fear, sales. Now let's talk about sales, right? I would say conversations. You have to get really good at having conversations, Because the more conversations that you have with people, the more you're going to start to understand them, right? Why? Because you know what they're like, right? I remember when I was in prison for I spent 10 years in prison, for those of you that don't know. And there was so many people from different culture up there, like from China, from Europe, from South America. And what it started doing for me was I started adopting something called others awareness, right? There's something called awareness and there's something called others awareness, which is now firstly, because we're British, right? We know what us British are like, right? And when you see something, you clock it because you think, oh, I've seen that before. I've seen that pattern before. But you don't know in other people's cultures how they react to certain things. So I started catching on to others awareness, right? Which then made me more skilled in my current job, because now I'm super aware, I don't miss anything. So what we must do is, the more conversations we have with different sort of people, because you just don't know who your clients are, where they're coming from, you're going to get better at sales, right? So have more conversations. The other way you're going to get more sales is just jump on more calls. Just go and see more people. If you've got brick and mortar business, a restaurant business, or a hair salon, just greet more people. Just ask them more questions. Because the more you put yourself in the dirt, the more you put yourself into the mix of the grind and the actual work, the more you're going to learn. Right? And the more you're going to have conversations, whether they're going to be awkward at the start or just go wrong, or you're going to learn so much from them, right? That's how we all learn. You are then going to get more sales. So I would say jump on more calls, right? Yeah, if you want to sell by chat, then have more text conversations with people, right? Reach out to more people on Instagram, Facebook. But for example, if you're a business coach or a health coach or whatever you are, reach out to more people, right? Do more lead magnets for people. The more you communicate with people, the more you reply to people in your comments, the more conversations you're going to have, probably the more calls that you book, the more you're going to speak to people, and eventually you're going to crack the code, and then you are going to get more sales, which is going to ultimately lead to you getting more clients, which means that your business is going to be busy and you're going to be happy, you can serve your lifestyle, and you can do good stuff out there. So I hope this framework was really helpful for you, to all you existing business owners, and I'm sure if you're a startup, you can take something from this as well. And look, if you need my help, reach out to me. Go and download my free lead magnet, and if my book link is up there, here are my books. I'm just plugging them in. Buy them. I'm sure you'll find them valuable if you are in business. If I can do anything to support you and help you in your business, reach out to me. If not, enjoy my free content. I hope you found it valuable.